Okay, so we're in the familiar view of Sunset Valley in The Sims 3, but I want to show you a brand new estate which I have created in the form of Versailles, and I'll show you some of the lots that I've created if it would let me zoom in. Okay, right, so over here we have those kind of circular not circular, square gardens with these kind of fountains in the centre. They're almost called like grottos, and they've got like fountain in the middle. It's quite nice. And then over here, I've created a kind of Baroque garden, um, but it isn't, the Versailles garden, but it's a Baroque garden. And here, and here are all fountains. Moving on over to the kind of colonnade, which is a hidden away kind of area, and the Queen happened to be visiting the garden just here. And the new Sims that I've created are a kind of high class elite, so they are all very, very intelligent people. All of their logic skills are 10 max, and they have these kind of gardens you see all over their estate. The king, who owns all this estate of Versailles, owns all of these buildings, all of these garden lots, and the game's frozen for some reason. I hope it hasn't died on me right now. But yeah, so annoying. It always kind of glitches out on me for some weird reason when I'm, especially when I'm filming. But yeah, so I've got a few more things to show you. I don't know if I showed you them before, but I will now, as I feel they are very relevant to the video. And as you can see, you've got the Versailles Palace with the two wings either side. You've got all the garden areas. This estate here and this estate here are both the Trianon estates. And so I want to show you that once it saves. My computer likes to die down on me randomly. I've no idea why. Okay, so here we have the water parterre just outside of the palace. That's the Aile du Nord and the Aile du Sacre. And then round the front we have the nobles' quarters, the ministers' quarters, ministers' wings either side, and this is called the Grande Commune. We have an official entrance to Versailles, which is some columns here, just at the end of the road. That's kind of the entrance to the palace, and you'd have to walk up the massive hill to get there. Yeah, and then we have obviously the two pavilions either side. This one was added in later years in real life. So we have the grand frontal gate here that leads the gates of absolutism, which lead to Versailles. In the centre we have the king's bedchamber, and this is all. This is the new palace because the ceilings in this palace are higher, but I'm not showing you the interiors just yet. Then we're going to go and visit the. And this is the outdoor ballroom just here, and that's the lake. So moving on over here, away from the official palace, is the Grand Trianon, which is the king's house, the king's family getaway that he would regularly visit with his family, that kind of thing, at the Royal Versailles. So I decided to create it in The Sims 3. It's not completely finished yet, but it does have the same taste as the Grand Trianon. And then the most exciting part of the whole project, and indeed my most favourite part of the Versailles project, is Marie Antoinette's estate. So just over here we have the Petit Trianon, with its kind of garden. I can't get a good angle. Bear with me. This is the Grand Petit Trianon with its gardens, and there's some more areas here to walk around. And the reason that the lot is kind of flat like this is because during the time of the 18th century, it was very popular for new buildings to be seen from all sides. And seeing as Sunset Valley is very hilly, it's very hard to kind of get that idea. So that's why the lot's kind of flat. And then over here we have a little village which I created, similar to what there is at Versailles. Not as big, obviously. This long building here is the Queen's house. And then you've got the lake. You've got her theatre just here, Marie Antoinette's theatre. Don't know why that's happened. This white building just here. He's doing that, okay. And then there's the Pavilion of Love, which should be outside of the Petit Trianon, but it doesn't matter. It's still kind of in the vicinity. And all of these lots will be owned by the King and the Queen. And I'll just show you the King and the Queen. So this is the Queen. She's standing on the fountains at the moment. Her name is Addie Adams, but it will be changed because these were an ordinary family, but they rose to power, and they're an elite class of people. So if you look at her face, it has different features to what normal Sims would have. So for instance, she has no eyebrows, no eyelashes, her hair is white, and also if you look at her the bridge on her nose, it is flat. You see, there's no like dip or anything. It's just a completely flat edge there. There's no dip in that part of the nose on the bridge, and the tip's quite pointy, and that's a very royal feature in the game of The Sims. So if a Sim was to have that sort of nose, you could tell they were royal, and so I wanted to make them an elite class of people. We'll meet the King, who is mayor, and so is the Queen. They're both mayors. This is the King with his sash. They're living in a crappy house at the moment because the Palace of Versailles isn't finished, which is just up there. But yeah, this is the King in his formal wear, and then if I show you his everyday wear, which is just his simple mayor's outfit. The camera's kind of like that, sorry. Yeah, so this is the King. He does not have that flat, oh yes he does, sorry, he has that flat nose feature as well. I can't really zoom in. And then all of their children, so we have Mariana, and I'll just put her in the appropriate clothing because she is royal. Put the walls down. So she obviously is the same. She has that flat nose feature, white hair. I was going to give the Sims very sort of pale skin, but it didn't happen in the end because I wanted to make them seem different to the rest of the people. As you can see, the children are playing chess. Her skills, she doesn't have any yet, but the firstborn daughter has all these logic skills, and she is an honest student as well. So we're doing well. This is the Dauphin. He's the heir to the throne, and the reason I chose him to be heir to the throne is because he is the only child with black hair. He is not educated yet though, so he also has eyebrows, which is very unusual. And so most of the kids do actually. So yeah, we'll just look at the family. Also, I took some. The Queen can paint, and she paints lots of pictures of the family to go in the new palace. And we have a picture of the King with his new Dauphin just here. If I show you their official family portrait, which is on the wall, it's very small because it's only a simple thing. They do have pictures of the family in the palace, but there are these small pictures, and they have pictures of the family on. If I show you, you see she's got all these happiness points, so I can get her. I've already got the fertility award on the happiness points, so yeah. So yeah, they have lots of portraits of them in these small pictures, and the reason this corner of the room is kind of posher than the rest is because that's where they have their portraits done. As you can see, I can't really get a very good angle. You see, so they pose in this area, and the King would sit here with his son, as you can see in the picture, and they would have their pictures done. Going back to the palace, there are a few pictures in there. And they also own all the businesses in the town. just to make them even more rich. And you can see their money, the budget of the money. I did use the family funds cheat, but I will be getting rid of it because the family will be owning their money from the town and not just having this ridiculous unfair amount of money. So yeah, I will show you the interiors of the palace. So, let's show you them. So, this is the Queen's Noble Room, and as you can see, the ceilings are much higher in this palace. They're much higher than normal. Picture of the King there on the wall. So you can see a bit better with the lights on. Yeah, so this is the Queen's apartment. As you can tell, the rooms are much bigger in here as well, which I'm quite pleased with. The Queen's bedchamber. Gold. Most things are gold in this room. This is her dining room, the Grande Couvert. Then we have... Oh yeah, I want to show you all the pictures that she's done of the family. So there's one in here that she's done of the king and the two firstborn. As you can see there. And then we go into the bedchamber where she's done a picture of herself. As you can see. And you can see they've got a very long face as well, with these big eyes and a small mouth, and that's a very... I tried to give them like a royal, a specifically different look to everyone else to make them seem different from everyone else. Because my first intention was to make them like aliens, and I know, weird. Okay, and then the Queen has also done another picture of herself just here. So yeah, she's a very talented painter. She's not the official court painter. I will have a court painter here at Versailles, but as you can see, everything is good, well detailed, and I'll show you what I've done on the sides of the palace as well. To make it was very hard to get this right because of all the weird. I raised all the ceilings, so I had to use these kind of statues like this because that was too high up, so I used the statues to make it seem like it was all together. But yeah, there you go. That's my Versailles. I was going to show you, but yeah, I'll give you more updates on it later. The family won't even move into the palace yet because it's not even finished. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye. Oh my gosh, sorry.